This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of MSPN Digital Television and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of MSPN Digital Television.
To the broadcast booth for the pregame show on MSPN Digital Television.
One game in the books, and we might have made up some time as that first game done in under 90 minutes as we get to game 2 on day number 1 as we dry out from a stormy and wet Tuesday night here in Fargo Moorhead, the first day of the Central Plains American Legion Baseball Tournament. Shakopee Post 2, the Minnesota champions. They took care of things in the state tournament last weekend at St. Michael Albertville, and they will take on Elkhorn North, Equitable Bank, Post 211. That didn't think they were going to be here, but due to some interesting circumstances, to say the least, they are here out of Elkhorn, Nebraska. They are one of the 2 Nebraska teams here representing the state in the Central Plains Regional. 2 out of Nebraska, 2 out of Minnesota, 2 out of South Dakota, and 2 out of the host state here in North Dakota. Good afternoon from a breezy, and it's getting a little steamy out there, but a little heat and a little wind as we are underway here in this one. As Shakopee, as we mentioned, the state champions, they defeated Grand Rapids in the final, had themselves, they really put up some big offensive numbers in that state tournament, facing Elkhorn. Elkhorn, as we mentioned, there was a team that was kind of deemed ineligible, another team that couldn't make it because of a lack of players. They had some that went on were going to go on vacation this week, so they accept that second team spot, and they are here for this state tournament. As the starting lineups being introduced right now in this one, as we mentioned, Shakopee along with Grand Rapids representing Minnesota, as they had wins over Sauk Rapids, New Ulm, Alexandria, Totino, Grace, and Grand Rapids in the final, overcoming a 9-5 deficit after 5 innings in the final in St. Michael Albertville last weekend, scoring 2 in the 6th, 5 in the 7th for a 13-9 win. As they were led, they had a lot of offensive stars in that weekend. Ryder Peace was named the most valuable player of the tournament as he drilled a grand slam, as you see the introductions right now. As you have Elkhorn is off to your right there, the visiting team. Shakopee occupying the third base dugout. They are being introduced right now. We'll take a break, come back with more as the opening pitch moments away here on MSPN Digital Television. We'll be right back.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
We're back here at Starion Bank Field. This is game number 2 of 4 in this tournament. The winner will face the winner in tomorrow's, or I should say our final game tonight in the winner's bracket. Would play the final game tomorrow. They'll get either host Fargo Post 400 or Yankton, South Dakota for this matchup. West Fargo and Grand Rapids will be underway here as well. That'll be the next game, and probably going to become more of a rolling schedule right now. We were supposed to start at 9:30. It was about 11:15 roughly. We're supposed to, in a perfect world, go 9:30, noon, 3:30. Opening ceremony is about 6:30. First pitch with Yankton and Post 400 around 7, but going to be kind of more of a rolling schedule now, and I think we'll get to where we intended to by this point. The first game certainly helped with a quick moving game and a win for Lincoln East. As Elkhorn North, Lincoln East, Elkhorn North in this one. They lost to Lincoln East twice on Wednesday. Let's take another timeout as our national anthem coming up. We'll get to the starting lineups and first pitch in a moment.
Mandy's of Fargo ND is your local online store where you can find something for everyone. Check out multiple items from the carry-all collection. You can also pick out that perfect sign to add to the decor of your family room, kitchen, bedroom, or even your cubicle at work. Be sure to take a peek at the odds and ends, where you will find all the little treasures that are simply too good to miss. Mandy's of Fargo ND accepts multiple forms of safe and secure payment options. Still not sure what to get? How about a gift card? Visit online at mandysoffargond.com today, where you can find something for everyone.
Don't miss a stolen base or home run on the road to Shelby. Catch live broadcasts of all 15 games of the Central Plains Regional Tournament from Starion Bank Field in Fargo right here, exclusively on MSPN Digital Television.
Well, last year was Elkhorn, Nebraska, and Papillion South that represented Nebraska over in West Fargo at Young Field, as Elkhorn beat Fargo Post 2 in the opening game 2-1, and then Post 2 came all the way back to win the title and head on to Shelby, North Carolina. Elkhorn lost to Farmington 9-1 in the second round and were eliminated by Papillion South out of Nebraska by a score of 7-1. Last year was Farmington and Osseo that represented the state of Minnesota. Shakopee is the home team on the scoreboard. Let's present the starting lineups for you here for this one. For Elkhorn North, Equitable Bank Post 211. They are the Wolves, and they'll go with this starting lineup. Leading off will be the catcher, Keegan Drever. Batting second at shortstop will be Jake Jansen, batting third. At second base, Ethan Asmus. Batting fourth will be the designated hitter, Connor Werdeman. He will DH for the starting pitcher for Elkhorn North, Jack Settles. Batting fifth will be the center fielder, Quincy Grabenstein. Batting sixth in right field, Ian Christo. Batting seventh will be the left fielder, Sam Hunsberger. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Austin McMurtry. Batting ninth will be the first baseman, Charlie Rieselman. Set the defense here for Shakopee in this one. Shakopee Post 2. Keegan Hudson taking his warm-up tosses. Behind the plate will be Kaden Olsson. Rest of the defensive unit for Shakopee in this one, as Carson Schroeder will be at first base. Brody Sullivan at second. Shortstop is Logan Crush. Batting third will be, the third baseman will be Colton Jenks. Nick Johnson in left field. Ryder Peace in center. And Kaiser Bourne is in right field for Shakopee.
Leading off the top of the first, the catcher, number 13, Keegan Drever.
Keegan Drever will lead things off for Elkhorn here in this one. About ready to get this one rolling here is our first pitch. At 1:32, and the delivery is low and away in ball one. Ball one to Drever. They lost twice to Lincoln East, but with some of the happenings, you had one team that was deemed ineligible, one team that elected not to go because they weren't sure they were going to have enough players. They had some families that were going to take vacation this week. 2-0 line drive to right, diving, and was it caught? It was a fine diving catch by Bourne in right field. And it is going to be a little soggy and soft in some spots in that outfield with 2+ inches of rain in Fargo Moorhead last night. But boy, the crew here, Starion Bank Field, a lot of volunteers, a lot of folks with Fargo Post 400 making this field, working hard to make this field playable. One away, first pitch swinging, that's slapped into the alley by Jansen. That'll drop in for a base hit, bounces in and around the center fielder Peace, and Jansen first pitch swinging, drops a single into left center field. So leadoff single here in the top of inning number 1. Or one-out single, I should say. Elkhorn North comes in 35-20 on the year. They defeated Papillion La Vista 11-9 on Saturday. Lincoln North Star Sunday 6-4. That was on the 27th. Creighton Prep 5-4 on Monday. Here's the pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball to third. Shakopee will try and get a chance as a little stop and go move by the base runner, and the throw was low and unable to dig it out was the second baseman Sullivan. Ethan Asmus will reach. As safe at second was Jansen. That'll be a fielder's choice and an error on the throw, error on the third baseman.
Number 5, Connor Werdeman.
And that'll bring up Connor Werdeman. Werdeman, the designated hitter, wearing number 5. Long hesitation and the delivery. It is a strike. It is 0-1. So a win in game 1 of this tournament. A victory for Lincoln, Nebraska, shutting out Harrisburg, South Dakota. Harrisburg will be in the elimination round tomorrow. The 0-1. Low and away, and it's now 2-0 the count. West Fargo and Grand Rapids, Minnesota. West Fargo's been kind of a semi-regular in this tournament. Hosted last year, made it in Rapid City in 2022. Facing Grand Rapids, a team that has not made it since the 70s. Out of the Iron Range of Minnesota, 1-1. Off-speed delivery pulled to third. To the bag for 1, on to first. There they turn it. Rack him up on a 5-3 double play. Sharply hit ball. Jenks got a second chance and turned that into a 5-3 double play, and that'll do it for Elkhorn. No runs on a hit, 1 error, and 1 left. Half inning complete. We'll get you the Shakopee batting order after this on MSPN.
Don't miss a stolen base or home run on the road to Shelby. Catch live broadcasts of all 15 games of the Central Plains Regional Tournament from Starion Bank Field in Fargo right here, exclusively on MSPN Digital Television.
Just off 52nd Avenue South in Prairie Grove is your neighborhood South Fargo spot, Frank's Lounge. Frank's Lounge offers a fun, comfortable atmosphere and daily food specials you can view right as you walk in. Kristen says,
Love Frank's, our go-to place when we have company get-togethers, and always get the best service. We would definitely recommend. We love Frank's Lounge.
Frank's Lounge is open daily, and kids, when accompanied by an adult, are welcome all day, Sunday through Tuesday, and until 3:30 p.m. the rest of the week. Don't forget to take home a Frank's Lounge t-shirt or hat. Frank's Lounge, 2640 52nd Avenue South in Fargo. Stop in tonight.
Kaiser Bourne to lead things off for Shakopee here in the bottom of the first inning to face Settles, as first pitch is low for a ball, and it is 1-0 the count. Get you the lineup here as we go along for Shakopee Post 2. It's now 1-1. Bourne leading off in right field. Carson Schroeder batting second at first base. Ryder Peace batting third in center field. Nick Johnson heading cleanup, and he is in left. Swing and a miss. Changing speeds. 1-2 the count. Kaden Olsson will bat fifth and catch. Batting sixth at third base, Colton Jenks. Batting seventh will be the shortstop, Logan Crush. Batting eighth and pitching, Keegan Hudson. Foul at the plate. It is 2-2. Brody Sullivan hits ninth, and he is at second base. 1-2 pitch. Chopper out to third. Nice hop for McMurtry on to first to retire Bourne, and there's one away here in the bottom of the first inning. One away. That'll bring up Carson Schroeder.
First baseman, number 19, Carson Schroeder.
Schroeder, looking back at his numbers from the Minnesota State Tournament, he had a hit, at least one hit in every game. He went 2 for 4 against Totino Grace on the third in a 12-4 win. Shakopee in their final 2 games at State had big innings late to either break ties or come back and win games. The delivery, line drive, that is down base hit left center field. First pitch swinging, and Schroeder will take a big turn. Now he's going to try for 2. The throw to second, not in time. Let's see how they score that. And again, that outfield, as soft as it is out there, you can't really take anything for granted. They are going to, looks like, put an error on the boards. It'll be a single and an error allowing Schroeder an extra base.
Center fielder, number 22, Ryder Peace.
That'll bring up Ryder Peace, who had a terrific, he was named the MVP of the state tournament for Shakopee. In the Minnesota State Tournament, the delivery is just outside, 1-0 the count. They had some guys that had some great weekends. The delivery is outside, 2-0 the count. Peace went 8 for 15, 2 doubles, 2 home runs. One of those was a grand slam, and he knocked in 15 runs. He had a huge tournament. That's hit to right and hit well. He might have some runs batted in here. It's gone. It's off the scoreboard. A missile to right for Ryder Peace that got out of here in a flash. 2-0 Shakopee.
2-run home run for Shakopee center fielder, number 22, Ryder Peace.
Boy, that was a rope to right. I think that's our first home run of the tournament if it's not. Yes, Mike says yes. So a 2-run shot. And again, that got out of here in a hurry. The wind's coming from the south, and we need some sun, we need some wind to help dry us out. But boy, that was bashed. Peace hit a grand slam, actually homered against New Ulm. And he also hit a grand slam against Alexandria in the state tournament, fouled away by Nick Johnson. And it is 0-1 the count. Nick Johnson had 9 hits, a double, a triple. He swings and misses here. 2 strikes the count. In all, Shakopee in 5 games in the state tournament, they put up some serious numbers. Adding it up here, 51 runs in 5 games, 1-2 the count to Johnson. Kaden Olsson is on deck. 3:15 down each line at Starion Field. Chopper right side, played at first, and Rieselman will take it to the bag himself for the second out, and that'll bring up Kaden Olsson. Kaden Olsson, 9 hits, 6 runs batted in. He got the win on the mound in the state championship game over Grand Rapids. So you had your Final Four in Minnesota. You had East Grand Forks and Grand Rapids on one side. And then you had, I believe it was Fridley and Shakopee on the other. Ground ball right side. Charging over. Asmus on to first in time. And the inning is over. But not before Shakopee gets a pair of runs. On the 2-run homer from Ryder Peace. 2 hits and 1 error. Nobody left. After 2, Shakopee the early lead. 2-0 from the Central Plains here in Fargo.
There was one.
Just off 52nd Avenue South in Prairie Grove is your neighborhood South Fargo spot, Frank's Lounge. Frank's Lounge offers a fun, comfortable atmosphere and daily food specials you can view right as you walk in. Kristen says,
Love Frank's, our go-to place when we have company get-togethers, and always get the best service. We would definitely recommend. We love Frank's Lounge.
Frank's Lounge is open daily, and kids, when accompanied by an adult, are welcome all day, Sunday through Tuesday, and until 3:30 p.m. the rest of the week. Don't forget to take home a Frank's Lounge t-shirt or hat. Frank's Lounge, 2640 52nd Avenue South in Fargo. Stop in tonight.
American Legion Baseball. A winning tradition since 1925. Thousands of young athletes have participated, and countless lives have been changed.
And that was the fun part of summer ball and Legion was we just played. At that stage, I think everything's so pure. You're just wanting to play ball. I would 100% recommend it.
Legion Baseball is one of many programs of the American Legion, supporting our children, our military, and their families. Find out more about how we continue to serve America.
Shakopee the early lead, 2-0. And somebody in the text asks, where is Shakopee? It's southwest suburb in the Twin Cities metro. As somebody points out, home to Valley Fair, yes. If you're from the Midwest, you've probably gone to Valley Fair at some point in your life. Quincy Grabenstein will lead things off for Elkhorn North. Equitable Bank Post 211. We'll call them Elkhorn North for short. And the delivery called strike, 0-1. West Fargo and Grand Rapids will follow here in this one. Got going about a little less than 2 hours behind schedule. Here's the delivery, 0-1. Chopped out to short. Crush fields cleanly, and in between hop, and there's out number 1. Grabenstein retired as one down here in the second inning. Top of inning number 2. Ian Christo to the plate. So far, Keegan Hudson popped up and out of play, foul and strike 1. And they've been trying to pump water out as you come in to the entrance, kind of the low spots as you walk in. Still some standing water there, but crew here worked very hard to make this playable basically through the night. Here's the 0-1. Fouled back to the screen and 2 strikes. Forecast rest of the day looks good. Thursday is basically hot or warm, humid, and hopefully dry. Chance of rain for Friday night, but we will see about that. If we can hopefully get everything done Friday night, that would help. 2 strikes. To the right side, Sullivan scoops it up, and there's out number 2. Last 4 outs, ground ball out so far.
Left fielder number 14, Sam Hunsberger.
I'll bring up Sam Hunsberger, the left fielder. Shakopee kind of mixed and matched their pitchers for the most part, as Hudson pitched 6 innings against New Ulm on August 1st in the state tournament. Just missed, 1-1 the count. He went 6 innings, 6 shutout innings, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts, and an 8-0 win over New Ulm. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. And again, they had kind of some high scoring affairs in their last couple of games in that state tournament. And for the most part, they was not uncommon for them to use maybe 3-4 pitchers. A swing and a miss here, and Hudson has his first strikeout and a 1-2-3 top of the second. Inning and a half in, the Minnesota champs lead it 2-0 Shakopee over Elkhorn, Nebraska. We're back with more after this.
American Legion Baseball. A winning tradition since 1925. Thousands of young athletes have participated, and countless lives have been changed.
And that was the fun part of summer ball and Legion was we just played. At that stage, I think everything's so pure. You're just wanting to play ball. I would 100% recommend it.
Legion Baseball is one of many programs of the American Legion, supporting our children, our military, and their families. Find out more about how we continue to serve America.
Keegan Hudson has needed just 17 pitches to get 6 outs. 2 shutout innings. His teammates to work here, bottom of the second. 2-0 Shakopee. Strike to Colton Jenks. Jenks, Logan Crush, Keegan Hudson. Here in the bottom of the second. Settles 14 pitches in the first inning. Shot through the hole, base hit left field for Jenks. So A solid base knock there as Jenks had 3 multiple hit games in the state tournament, 2 each against New Ulm, Totino, Grace, and also Grand Rapids in the final where he knocked in 3 runs. Logan crushed the batter. Shortstop, slightly open stance. He offers a bunt, drops down a bunt, settles. Will make the play to first in time. Pitcher to the first baseman covering, one away for Colton Jenks, and that'll be Keegan Hudson.
Number 4, Keegan Hudson.
Hudson had a triple in their opening round game against Sauk Rapids. Also went 1 for 3 against Alexandria. On August the 2nd, 1 for 4 of the runs scored in the final Sunday against Grand Rapids. Outside, good fastball there, one of the better ones from Settles, and it's 1-0. Kind of going a little after 1:30. We try to play catch up here. 78 degrees and the dew point right around 70. That pitch hits Hudson. And the runner is at first. First and second now, 1 out.
Second baseman, number 9, Brody Sullivan.
Brody Sullivan, the batter. Shakopee again trying to add on here in this inning. He drops a bunt. It hit him in the batter's box, so it is a foul ball and a strike. Nice job of the home plate umpire to kind of get up and take a peek at that. If that ball hits him, if he's out of the batter's box, he'd be out, but hit him before he took off. 1 strike to Sullivan. Sullivan saw some time in the state tournament. 2 hits in the final, 2 hits and a run scored. He was 2 for 3 in the tournament last weekend. Minnesota was the last team to finish. They finished up Sunday. North Dakota finished up on Saturday in Williston, although the 2 teams in the final knew they were in, West Fargo and the host 400 Stars. Chopper wide of first and foul, still 2 strikes. Last year, this ballpark hosted the North Dakota AA state tournament, which was kind of the test drive, knowing that they had the Central Plains here in 25, and it'll be back here in 2 years, in 2027. 0-2, line drive, it is caught, and a double play. Asmus a lunging grab down to both knees, and a double off Jenks at second base. No runs and a hit, no errors, 1 left for Shakopee in the second. It's 2-0 as we head to the third.
Shakopee in the second.
Here's your chance to support MSPN Digital Television in one of 3 ways. First, everyone can subscribe to the MSPN YouTube channel absolutely free. Second, individuals and families can choose one of 3 monthly YouTube memberships. Third, local businesses can choose one of 2 monthly YouTube sponsorships. Visit our YouTube channel and look for and click the join button to select the option that's best for you. For more information or to get answers to your questions about MSPN memberships and sponsorships, give us a call today at 701-491-6776.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Part, Minnesota Twins, what's left of the roster. 8-4, they lead the Tigers. You know, I've kind of gone, if you know me, I'm a pretty diehard Twins fan, and I've kind of gone from being sour about it all to saying, you know what, let's see if some of these guys, a lot of them are playing for their jobs. And let's see how it rolls. Austin McMurtry, and for Elkhorn North, I think they didn't expect that they would be in this situation, but here they are. Here's McMurtry on a hanger, lines one into left, and a leadoff single. Start things here in the top of the third. It's their second hit. I'll bring up the 9-batter Charlie Rieselman.
First baseman,
Settles at 23
Charlie
pitches,
Rieselman.
17 strikes, and both pitchers have been helped, have been assisted by double plays early on. Here's the pitch. Bunt is on, popped up, look out. That's going to go foul and strike one. 3:15 down each line here at Starion Bank Field. 3:55 to left and right center. 3:85 to straightaway center. And wind coming from this, I believe, a south-southeast wind. Throw to first and the runner back. Kind of southwest, 8 to 14. So southwest, it'll basically come in really from center field. But the ball can jump to right, center, and right. We saw that on the first inning home run, although the way the Ryder Peace struck that ball, he'd have hit it out of most parks, maybe except Yellowstone. 1-1. Here's the set. And the delivery. It is inside, 2-1 the count. 4 games tomorrow. 2 teams will be eliminated after play on Thursday. 2 more Friday. And then you could have your situation on Saturday. Could be 2 left, could be 3 left. Bunt is on. Third baseman was charging. Jenks fields and throws him out. So Riegelman gets the bunt down. 1 away here in the top of the 3rd inning. Top of the order now in Keegan Drever.
Batting the catcher, number 13, Keegan Drever.
Elkhorn North 35-20 on the year. In their postseason, beat Papillion La Vista 11-9. Lincoln North Star 6-4. And the delivery. It is a strike, 0-1. Good to see in our chat. The analytics department of our company is hard at it. I'm glad to see that. They kind of went AWOL for portions of the season, but they know where their bread is buttered, and tournament time is important. 0-1, and the delivery. Sharply hit to third. They'll check the runner back. Nice play by Jenks, and they throw him out for out number 2. 2 away for Jake Jansen. Shakopee.
Shortstop number 23, Jake Jansen.
Made just, let me count it up, just 2 errors in 5 games of the state tournament. Jake Jansen, the batter. Elkhorn trying to pack away at this deficit here in the 3rd. Outfield for the most part straight away, and that is in the air to shallow left. Johnson towards the line, a fair ball catch. And Jansen retired, and that'll do it for Elkhorn to the top of the 3rd. Leadoff single. They strand that runner at second. No runs, a hit, no errors. 1 left. We're clipping along. 2-0 Shakopee, and we're back in a moment.
No runs, they had 1 hit. There are no shots.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
Don't miss a stolen base or home run on the road to Shelby. Catch live broadcasts of all 15 games of the Central Plains Regional Tournament from Starion Bank Field in Fargo right here, exclusively on MSPN Digital Television.
Right fielder number 34, Kaiser Boren.
Kaiser Boren lead things off. Top of the order here for Shakopee with a 2-0 lead for Shakopee post 2. Outside ball 1, I have to specify because you think post 2. If you're thinking of this town, it's Fargo post 2, but they are also Shakopee post 2. 30 wins on the season coming into this tournament. Settles delivers outside 2-0. They have not dropped a game since July 24th. They lost to Edina in the sub-state tournament. 2-0 pitch. Strike call, 2-1. Check on the pitch count here. Both pitchers should be pretty good shape so far. As the 2-1. Sharply hit to first. Rieselman to the bag, and there's out number 1. So Bourne 0 for 2. A couple of ground ball outs so far.
Third baseman, number 19,
Hudson's at 25
Schroeder.
pitches through 3. Settles at 27. Carson Schroeder's single took second on an error and was on board for Ryder Peace's 2-run home run. Strike 1, that foul back. Talked about 51 runs in 5 games. They hit double figures at 25 in their last 2 games of that state tournament. Boy, good location on that one. That one down and in. Not much hitters, especially from the right side, is going to do on that. 1-1 the count. Shakopee's already made 1 trip to the Fargo-Moorhead Metro. They were in the Pete, the Jim Peterson tournament in late June. They were over in West Fargo. That tournament split up basically 4 different ballparks here. Jack Williams Stadium, Matson Field, and Moorhead to play 1 and 2, and Young Field and West Fargo. They were in the West Fargo bracket in that tournament in late, it was final weekend of June. 1-2, smothered. Nice job there by catcher Keegan Drever, and it's 2-2. But that weekend, the delivery, inside outswing foul away, 2-2. They lost to West Fargo, of course, is in this Central Plains Regionals, the North Dakota champ. 9-8 on the 28th of June. They played Fargo post 400 in a tournament 2 weeks prior in Sioux Falls and beat the Stars 2-2, full count. They played the Stars on the 14th and won 9-5, so they are familiar, at least a couple of these teams in the tournament. And that's through the right side of base hit. So Schroeder has his 2nd hit. Shakopee has their 4th. And here is Ryder Peace. What a tournament he had in that state tournament. He had
Center fielder, number 22, Ryder Peace.
at least 2 runs batted in each game. He had 2 home runs. He had a grand slam as part of a 7-run 4th on August 2nd against Alexandria. They trailed 2-0 after 3.5. That grand slam pretty much capped off that big inning. A 7 spot in the 4th on their way to a 9-4 win. In ball 1 the count. I'll be curious, Settles, 2nd time around, how he'll pitch Peace. Here's the delivery. Low. 2-0 the count. And if you pitch around him, there's Johnson and Olsson sitting by you to follow. Left-handed hitting slugger, and the delivery. Ground ball out to second. Booted. Ball goes into shallow right. Schroeder makes the turn. He's going to try for 3. They might have a chance. Here comes the throw, and he is safe. There'll be an error on the second baseman. Recovering was Asmus. Had a chance to get him. The throw to third close, but getting in was Schroeder. In ahead of the tag. Peace takes 2nd, trailing the play. He gets 2nd on the throw.
Left fielder, number 11, Nick Johnson.
2nd Elkhorn error, and that will bring up Nick Johnson. Grounded to first in his first at bat. Elkhorn will play the infield back. Set the pitch. Swinging a foul at the plate and strike 1. Last year, Post 2 making quite a run. They got beat in the first round. Tournament was Wednesday, lost Wednesday. One Thursday, one Friday, one Saturday, and then one twice Sunday in the final in West Fargo. On their way to Shelby, North Carolina. Here's the 1-1. Wide of first and foul, 1-2, and 8 regions going on around the country, and those champions will converge late next week on Shelby, North Carolina. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Got him. Swing and a miss and a strikeout. Went down and in. Nice job there by Settles to get him. So 2 away. On his first strikeout of the game, it'll be up to Kaden Olsson.
Kaden Olsson.
Olsson grounded a second in his first at bat. Kaden Olsson had 2 3-hit games in the Minnesota State Tournament. 3 for 4, 3 runs batted in, a double against Totino Grace, and a 12-4 win on the third, and then the final against Grand Rapids. 3 more hits and 4 runs batted in. That come from behind 13-9 win. They had 14 to left. Hit well, back, chasing. It is up against the fence. Did it clear it? No, it's off the wall. Kind of hit that wet spot out in left field. Hunsberger is still down. Looked like he hit that short fence in left field with a little bit of authority. A run is in. Actually, 2 runs are home. On a 2-run double from Kaden Olsson makes it now a 4-0 Shakopee advantage. Again, that part of the outfield is a little bit torn up and a little bit soft, but the left fielder, Hunsberger, able to get up on that ball. He kind of banged into the fence on that. A 2-out, 2-run double ups the lead to 4 in the third as the Elkhorn coaches, their head coach Anthony Dunn, assisted by Jacob Rapp, Kendall Martin, and Dustin Drever, but they're out there to check out their left fielder and make sure he is okay. And again, they did about as much as they could. The amount of time they have to get this field playable, but it's still a little bit soggy, soft in some spots out there. If you aren't familiar, that is turf in the infield, natural surface in the outfield, and so we had a kind of fair amount of rain this spring at times as well, which kind of made things a little bit treacherous out there, but hopefully, like I said, we need some heat and some wind to help dry it up here the remainder of the tournament. So a 2-run double, a 2-out, 2-run double, making it now a 4-0 game.
Now batting the third baseman, number 23, Colton Jenks.
Colton Jenks, the batter. They estimated the Ryder Peace home run at 350 feet as it banged off the scoreboard. I'd say that's a fair estimation. Colton Jenks takes it low for a ball. 1-0 the count. From the official scoring and notes here in this tournament. 1-0. And the pitch. Foul at the plate. 1-1. Jenks singled in the second. 5 hits. 2 extra base hits and run producing extra base hits. And if you look at the matchup, and it's when you get to this point, if teams haven't faced off, you never know how things are going to match up. But just the way that Shakopee, some of the offensive numbers they can put up. Here's a line drive and caught at second by Asmussen. That will end the inning. So Jenks lines out, but not before. Shakopee adds to the lead. A 2-out, 2-run double from Olsson. 2 runs on 2 hits. And there was 1 left. It's 4-0 Shakopee after 3.
Make your home your retreat. Fill your favorite spaces with fresh air, warm sunlight, and calming connections with the outdoors. Marvin Windows and Doors are designed to promote happier, healthier spaces in your home. At D&M Industries, we will walk you through how the beauty, thoughtful design features, and unparalleled performance of Marvin products can help you feel better in your home. Visit our D&M Industries showroom in Moorhead today.
Here's your chance to support MSPN Digital Television in one of 3 ways. First, everyone can subscribe to the MSPN YouTube channel absolutely free. Second, individuals and families can choose one of 3 monthly YouTube memberships. Third, local businesses can choose one of 2 monthly YouTube sponsorships. Visit our YouTube channel and look for and click the Join button to select the option that's best for you. For more information, or to get answers to your questions about MSPN memberships and sponsorships, give us a call today at 701-491-6776.
4 runs, 5 hits, and an error for Shakopee. Elkhorn North, no runs, 2 hits, 2 errors. As we have played 3 innings in about 30, 35 minutes or so. As Ethan Asmus will lead things off for Elkhorn North, post 211. We played a lot of games coming into this tournament as Nebraska, they got going, at least Elkhorn did, in late May. Here's the pitch. That's pulled to left, hit well, leaping up, nice grab. And Johnson in left field as one of the better hit balls barreled up there by Asmus, but chased down for the first out here in the 4th inning.
Designated hitter number 5.
But Elkhorn coming in, 56 games they played. Which is a ball 1-0, but Papillion La Vista South was awarded the secondary Central Plains bid. They forfeited the state title against Lincoln East. And then there was another squad that couldn't make it because they had some players that had already scheduled vacations. Wrapped to short, Crush on to first and quickly 2 down, so that opened the door for Elkhorn and said, sure, why not a trip to Fargo in August? 2 away in the 4th. Well, the Central Plains tournament will stay in North Dakota.
17, Quincy Grabenstein.
I think we have a pinch hitter here. Yep, it's going to be their Grabenstein was scheduled to hit. 21, Cam Schmickley will hit for Grabenstein. So Schmickley will hit. Second baseman by trade.
Pinch hitting number 21, Cam Schmickley.
So the pinch hitter Schmickley hits. And ball 1. Hudson deals, swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. Hey, what? Hudson has worked fast. Command's been very good. Really haven't been a lot of deep counts. He's been around the plate as a whole. The defense has been pretty airtight. Just 1 error in the field. Strike it is now 1-2 to Schmeckley. 1 error on a throwing error in the first, but double play quickly made that a memory. 1-2 in the delivery. It is strike 3. Got him looking. Set him up and then went to an outside fastball and got him. That is now 6 in a row set down by Hudson. And Elkhorn down here in the top of the 4th. Shakopee leads 4-0 here from Fargo in the Central Plains Regional. We're back in a moment.
Here's your chance to support MSP.
TCI Insurance was founded in 1985 with a simple mission in mind: to protect your assets. TCI Insurance has a long history of providing insurance coverage and loss prevention solutions to the region and strives to exceed your expectations. From agriculture, business, and personal insurance, our advisors are here to help walk you through the options and equip you with the knowledge you need to choose the coverage that will best suit your current stage of life. TCI Insurance. Call 701-277-1710 or visit them at the offices in West Fargo and Wimbledon. Learn more today at tciteam.com.
Moving from left field to center, number 14, Sam Hunsberger.
Hunsberger goes to center field. Schmeckley, I heard Ben Potter say he's in left now for Elkhorn. Logan Crush, bottom third of the order here for Shakopee with a 4-0 lead. Winner of this game will play in the winner's bracket coming up tomorrow. Now 2-0 the count. Crush sacrificed in his first at-bat. Let me get the bracket out. High tapper, could be a tough play. Waiting for it to come down is the third baseman. Nice throw there by McMurtry and a good pick at first by Rieselman for the first down. Sounded like it hit off a home plate, the old Baltimore chop, all the way in the 4th inning. The winner of this game will
number 4, Keegan Hudson.
Play at 6:30 tomorrow night against the winner of our final game, the host 400 Stars, post 400 here out of Fargo and Yankton. Strike, 0-1 to Keegan Hudson. Hudson hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. The 0-1. Got him in the batter's box and 2 strikes the count. The umpiring crew, the umpire chief is Corey Oldrich out of Nebraska. Joel Volpe out of Pennsylvania. Eric Guler out of Minnesota. Eric was busy last weekend and earlier this week. He was one of the umpires, one of the North Dakota State tournaments, the Class A, which was down the road here in Castleton. Off the handles to first. And Rieselman to the bag. And quickly 2 down. Eric Guler, one of the umpires. He was at the Central Plains last year in West Fargo. Tim Higgins out of Nebraska and Aldo Mora out of Nevada, your umpires. 2 strikes. Kind of for the Central Plains. Some years have been, Iowa's been involved here. Some years Nebraska. Like it's always the Dakotas and Minnesota. 1-0 to Brody Sullivan. As Settles deals, good fastball, just missed off the plate, 2-0. Sullivan lined to second, lined into a double play to end the second inning. 2-1. Just joined us, 2 big hits have done the trick for Shakopee. Ryder Peace, so at 2 home runs in the state tournament for Shakopee Post 2. Hit one off the right field scoreboard for a 2-run home run. Now 2-2, and a 2-out 2-run double from Kaden Olsson to the third, and that's your scoring in a nutshell. 4-0 Shakopee. Just inside full count. My number is that's just his second full count of the game for Settles. That's hit to right. Falling fast, diving, and did he hang on? Yes, great catch by Cristo in right field. Ian Cristo, a great grab.
Catch by the right fielder, Ian Cristo.
Cristo stretching out, makes the catch, takes a hit away from Sullivan, who's hitting to some misfortune twice. 1, 2, 3 in the fourth. Through 4 innings of play, Shakopee leads Elkhorn. It's 4-0.
Yeah, I just picked her up. We should be there in 20 minutes.
Who is it? Oh, it's him. Where is he?
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Mandy's of Fargo, ND is your local online store where you can find something for everyone. Check out multiple items from the carry-all collection. You can also pick out that perfect sign to add to the decor of your family room, kitchen, bedroom, or even your cubicle at work. Be sure to take a peek at the odds and ends, where you will find all the little treasures that are simply too good to miss. Mandy's of Fargo, ND accepts multiple forms of safe and secure payment options. Still not sure what to get? How about a gift card? Visit online at mandysoffargond.com today, where you can find something for everyone.
Ian Cristo flashed some leather. He'll lead things off. Boy, that's a term that's been used a lot in baseball. Hey, a guy makes a great play in the field, and he leads off in the inning. And that's what we have here in the fifth. Line drive, center field, and in his tracks is Peace to make the catch. Old Adam Ball's out number 1 here in the 5th inning.
Center fielder number
Flipping along
14,
well.
Sam
We're moving along
Huntsberger.
into the top of the 5th, and we're almost 45 minutes in. If we had to keep things moving, this is one way to do it. Here's the delivery. And a strike, 0-1. Again with, I don't know what the final rain count was here. It was at least 2 inches, if not more. And the 0-1, swing and a miss. Took something off, and tell you what, the right-hander Hudson has been, he's worked fast, throwing strikes, and he knows he's got guys that are going to catch the ball around him. It's a pretty good recipe. 0-2, popped up and out of play. 2 strikes. A 4-run cushion to work with here already in the top of the 5th inning. Settles 59 pitches through 4. The 0-2 pitch. Got him. Changing speeds and struck him out. Good sequence of pitches there to set that up. His third strikeout. And that will bring up Austin McMurtry.
10, Austin McMurtry.
Loser of this game will play game 2 tomorrow. And the schedule, 9:30, noon, 3:30, and 6:30, the game times tomorrow. Here's the 0-1. And outside, 1-1 the count. I guess the fact that they put a little extra time between games 2 and 3 really came in handy today. I don't know if that's why they do that. I just recall from being at Central Plains tournaments in the past, a lot of time that's kind of how it rolls. 2-1 the count. Director Paul Iverson, Jeff Miller, longtime good baseball man, longtime coach in Moorhead, assistant director here for this tournament. 2-2 the count. And we got to visit with Paul last year when he was basically doing a kind of a site visit. He was here during the North Dakota State tournament. Hudson on 2-2. Tapper slowly hit, crushed, charges, fires on the run, and got him on a close play to end the inning. Another 1-2-3 inning. Hudson has set down 9 batters in a row. Elkhorn down in order in the 5th. It's 4-0 Shakopee.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
We're getting conflicting reports in the rain. The Post 400 Twitter page, or X, had 4 inches. Oh, a new pitcher. Nolan Rapp is the new pitcher now for Elkhorn North. They were DHing for the pitcher, the starting pitcher, Settles. So Settles goes 4 innings. Get you his final numbers here. As he goes 4, gives up 5 hits, 4 runs. As Shakopee to the plate here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
The right fielder, number 34, Kaiser Boren.
Kaiser Boren will lead things off. Settles 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned. Didn't walk a batter, 1 strikeout. And ball 1 here. So Rapp.
59.
59 for Settles in 4 innings of work. Boren's 0 for 2. Couple of ground ball outs. And outside. 2-0 the count. 59 pitches, 38 strikes, the final pitch count here for Settles. The 2-0 and ball 3. Schroeder and Ryder Peace will follow. 5 hits. Homer from Peace. Schroeder has a pair of singles. Olsson with a 2-run double and also a single from Colton Jenks to this point. 3-0 in his hands and ball 4. First walk surrendered by Elkhorn North pitching. That'll bring up Carson Schroeder.
Third baseman.
Kind of have the luxury, does the Nebraska teams, when it's College World Series time, and a lot of teams come to them, as a lot of Legion baseball tournaments are held in and around that time of the College World Series, which is a tremendous tie-in. Schroeder, 2 singles, And a pair of runs scored for Shakopee post 2. He shows bunt. Pulls back in ball 1. Grand Rapids and West Fargo will be next. Strike called 1-1. I don't know if he's trying to bunt or if it's more for show at this point. Shakopee, Dave Johnson, their head coach. 1-1. Fouled out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. As mentioned, Shakopee played in the Pete Jim Peterson tournament over in West Fargo in late June. Beat St. Michael 4-0. Runner goes, pitch is high, throw is in time for the out. Able to grab that on the run. Shortstop Jansen and got the tag, as you could maybe see the umpire's signal. Got him on the top of the helmet. Able to catch that on the run and drop the tag just in time. Set of sequences, it's all got to work. Almost in stereo, and it did there. 2-2. A duck out of the way of that one on another full count. So base runner gone. They tried to move him over on the stolen base attempt. 3-2 now. And the pitch. And another walk. Ball 4. So Schroeder on for the 3rd time. And then he'll bring up Ryder Peace. Shakopee at the Pete beat St. Michael 4-0, beat Mandan 10-7, lost to West Fargo 9-8, and then the final day of the tournament, I think went to Jack Williams Stadium, if I remember right, and beat Dassel Cokato 18-15. Yikes. Ball 1. That was, I believe, was at Jack Williams Stadium. The final day of that tournament. Ryder Peace, 2-run homer, hit one off the scoreboard and right in the 1st, and then reached on an air and scored in the 3rd. 2-0 as Rapp has come in and fallen behind 3 straight hitters in a row. Two 2-0 pitch. And now ball 3. 3-0 the count. Scheduled for tomorrow, Harrisburg will play the loser of Game 3, either Grand Rapids or West Fargo at 9:30. That's an elimination game. Changing speeds there, and a strike from Rapp, 3-1 to Peace. Second elimination game, we'll have the loser of this one and the Post 400 Yankton loser at noon, 3-1. And a strike, 3-2. You can tell they're really not giving him any fastballs. They've changed speeds twice on Ryder Peace, 3-2. We'll see if Schroeder's moving with one out. He's not. And ball 4. 3 walks here to start things in the last of the 5th. And a trip to the mound coming. So thankfully for the caught stealing, otherwise there'd be all kinds of trouble here, and I see how short the leash is for the right-hander. Reminder tonight, we have the opening ceremony as we prior to the Post 400 Yankton game. All teams will be introduced. The governor of North Dakota, Kelly Armstrong, who is, I think he coached Legion baseball. He's from Dickinson, Mount Western, North Dakota, but he will be here. He's throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. I said he's a longtime advocate of American Legion baseball. The conference of the mound coming to a close. Nick Johnson will hit. Settles came in 7-4 on the season. He was second in Elkhorn in wins. Ian Christo had 8. Hudson came in 3-1 on the season. And that right now has the lead for Shakopee. Ball 1 to Nick Johnson. He is 0 for 2. Struck out in his last at bat in the third. 2 on, 1 out. And Shakopee with the lead here in the fifth. 2-0 the count. Pitch. Slap foul down the left field line and out of play. We have a kind of a little turf diamond that you can, the kids can play on. That is starting to dry up a little bit, so that's good. And the delivery low, ball 3, 3-1 the count. One thing we don't have a shortage of in this state is wind. Boy, we could use some right now to dry things out. It was a soggy evening in the Red River Valley. 3-1. That's in the alley to left center field, getting twisted and turned around. And the ball by him in left center field. That'll score a run as Johnson has himself an RBI double. Peace to third. And it's now 5-0. As Schmeckley in left got turned around out there, twisted and turned around to the ball by him. A run-producing double.
Number 21, Kaden Olsson.
Batter is Kaden Olsson. Olsson, he hit one to the left field wall, just missed a homer, a 2-run double in his last at bat. He hits with 2 in scoring position here, 1 strike to Olsson. Elkhorn will keep the infield back at this point. Pitch from Rapp, 1-1. Ballpark was kind of been upgraded and renovated over the years, really about the last 5-6 years, where Fargo Park District certainly helping out. Here's a little dribbler down the third baseline and foul, kind of a collaboration with Post 400, Fargo Post 400, the Park District. The Convention and Visitors Bureau in Fargo Moorhead has something to do with it as well. It's turned into a great facility, and one of the reasons the goal is to have tournaments like this, and first time for the Central Plains. Central Plains has been here in the past at Jack Williams in previous years. West Fargo last year, and back here in 2 years in 2027. 1-2 the count. Lincoln East won game 1. They handled Harrisburg, South Dakota in game 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 6-0 was the final there. Chopper to the right side, a run will score. As Asmus throws out Olsson, but he drives home his 3rd run of the game on an RBI ground out as Ryder Peace scores. Will make it 6-0.
Third baseman, number 23, Colton Jenks.
We'll bring up Jenks. The delivery is strike 1. Jenks singled in the second, lined to second in the third. They've hit some balls hard that have been, they've got 6 hits, but they've some balls hit hard for outs. Big one hopper to third. And on to first in time. McMurtry across the diamond to retire Jenks. Shakopee adds 2 more here in the 5th with just 1 base hit, 2 runs and a hit, 3 walks, and 1 left on. Shakopee now a 6-0 lead after 5 from the Central Plains and Fargo.
Mandy's of Fargo ND is your local online store where you can find something for everyone. Check out multiple items from the carry-all collection. You can also pick out that perfect sign to add to the decor of your family room, kitchen, bedroom, or even your cubicle at work. Be sure to take a peek at the odds and ends, where you will find all the little treasures that are simply too good to miss. Mandy's of Fargo ND accepts multiple forms of safe and secure payment options. Still not sure what to get? How about a gift card? Visit online at mandysoffargond.com today, where you can find something for everyone.
Don't miss a stolen base or home run on the road to Shelby. Catch live broadcasts of all 15 games of the Central Plains Regional Tournament from Starion Bank Field in Fargo right here, exclusively on MSPN Digital Television.
Well, they made the announcement West Fargo and Grand Rapids. We'll start at around 4.
First baseman, number 26, Charlie Rieselman.
We play catch-up, as it will be Charlie Rieselman to lead things off for Elkhorn North. There's a bunt foul, strike 1. Hudson so far, a 2-hitter through 5. He has been outstanding on the hill so far. As we mentioned, 6 shutout innings in a win in the state tournament last weekend. So far, 5 scoreless. 46 pitches is all through 5, including that first pitch bunted foul. 1-1. Rieselman, Drever, and Jansen here in the top of the 6th inning. Look at the outfield. Johnson deepest of the 3 and left. Peace straight away in center. 1-1. Missed off the plate. 2-1 the count. No walks for Hudson, 3 strikeouts. Just 1 error in the field behind him. He has set down. Looking back at it here, 9 in a row, 2-1. We're changing speeds there and had him out front 2-2. 9 in a row, 13 of the last 14. That started with the double play off the bat of Wonderman, which end things in the top of the first. Excuse me, swing to first. And Schroeder will take it to the bag for the first out. So make that 10 in a row set down for Hudson. And 1 away in the 6th for Keegan Drever.
Keegan Drever.
Hudson rocks and fires in the dirt for ball 1. Really, once he got out of that was really the only jam. 2 on, 1 out, and 5-3 double play ended things. Sharply hit to short, crush, and on to first for the second out. Just the one hiccup in the field put 2 on and 1 out for Elkhorn. Got out of it with a double play. They have had 1 base runner since.
Number 23, Jake Jansen.
It's Jake Jansen, the batter. Singled in the first and fly to left in the 3rd. The last base runner was McMurtry's single to lead off the 3rd. Out of play, foul, and strike 1. They've added some improvements. They added some bleachers down the 3rd base line. There's a deck that was, I don't want to say specifically built for this year, but that was kind of the idea. And there are a few people enjoying a little sun today down the right field line. Out of play and 2 strikes. But like there is at West Fargo last year, there's a lot of angles and nooks and crannies to enjoy the game here at Starion Field. 2-strike pitch, just off the plate, 1-2. Shakopee a 6-0 lead. A win would get them into the winner's bracket tomorrow night versus either Yankton or the host, Fargo Post 400 Stars. 1-2, low, 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. The fact he's been in a good pace because he hasn't had to pitch out of the set much. It's a high drive to right, hit well, fairly deep. His back is Boren chasing, and it is a home run just inside the foul pole and just cleared the 315 side and straight away right. Jake Jansen with a solo homer, the second of the game, and it's the second of the tournament in a 6-1 game. The only question, well, two, would it stay fair and did it have enough? And it did, as he really elevate one down the right field line and just cleared the wall. So Jansen a solo homer. Asmus pops one up. Might be playable. Schroeder is called off. It's not caught in foul territory. Schroeder was called off by Sullivan, so he gave way and peeled off, and all drops in foul territory, so 1 strike to Asmus. Reach on an air in the first and fly to left in the fourth. Well, Hudson trying to shake that one off. The 0-1. 1-1 the count. Yeah, when you get pitchers in a groove like that, if he's just throwing strikes, getting guys out, you got to somehow try and, if you're the opposition, get him out of that. Shot over third, fair ball. And made a nice play at third. Nice diving stop at third. For a second, I thought I got by him, but Jinks making the play behind the bag and across the diamond to retire Asmus. A sharply hit ball against Shakopee, flashing some leather. Jansen gets Elkhorn to the board with a solo homer at 6-1 Shakopee after 5.5.
No runners.
Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Bottom third of the order for Shakopee, Logan Crush. First pitch swinging and taps one down the third base line. It will take a left turn and just go foul. McMurtry was going to make a play on that ball and then took a chance on it as it took a left turn and went foul. Strike one. Crush, Hudson, Sullivan. Hudson's at 60 pitches.
For Elkhorn, number 99, Crew Eaton.
Have a new first baseman. Crew Eaton is at first now for Elkhorn. Number 99. Here's the 0-1. Sharply hit out to second. That's gobbled up by Asmus. He's had a nice game over there and retires leadoff batter Logan Crush, who's 0 for 2 now. One away for Hudson.
Now batting the pitcher, number 4, Keegan Hudson.
Hudson 0 for 1, hit by a pitch in the second, grounded to first in the first. One thing we've seen here from Rapp on a good fastball has certainly been a change of pace from what they saw from the starter Settles. Here's the 1-0. Good fastball there. Tardy swing by Hudson, and it is 1-1. 6-1 Shakopee, the champions. The state of Minnesota, the 1-1. And a strike, 1-2. Had the Division II tournament last week, and that was up north in Ely. Not far from where Grand Rapids, our next opponent, is from. Up on the Iron Range. It's pretty country up there, 2-2. Grand Rapids, about a 3.5 hour trip from Grand Rapids to Fargo. I have made that trip a couple of times. It's 159 miles. It's about a little over 3 hours. Weave through the woods. 2-2 the count. Sullivan on deck. Shakopee from the Twin Cities. 3.5, maybe 4 hours or so. 2-2 in the delivery. Down to third. Handled there by Jinks. Slings it across and 2 away. Correction, McMurtry on the play there, and Austin McMurtry, like he and Asmus have been busy in the field. A couple of ground ball outs. And Brody Sullivan will hit. He lined into a double play and then was robbed of a hit and a diving catch by Cristo in right field. So he's hit 2 balls fairly well and 0 to show for it. Fastball for a strike, 0-1. So after the first 4 batters reached against Rapp, 3 walks, 1 got erased on a caught stealing. Good breaking pitch there, like a slider over, and 2 strikes. 2-run double from Johnson. He has set down 4 in a row. 2-run double from Johnson, an RBI ground out from Kaden Olsson. 2 runs in the 5th. Here's strike 3. Press him in, a good bounce back inning for Rapp as he sets down Shakopee in order. It's the second time they've been set down in order here this evening. As 3 outs to go for Shakopee to stay in the winner's bracket. It's 6-1 Shakopee after 6, and we'll be right back.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
Gotta be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
The pitcher on for Shakopee, right-hander Stensrud. Jack Stensrud on, and boy, fine outing for Keegan Hudson. 60 pitches, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, didn't walk a batter, and 3 strikeouts. Just clipped for the Jake Jansen solo home run in the 6th. That, other than that, that's exactly what Coach Dave Johnson at Shakopee looking for here, and he will try and finish things up here with the right-hander Stensrud. Stensrud finished up for Hudson on August 1st, a scoreless inning against New Ulm, preserving a shutout win last weekend in the state tournament. As leadoff batter, Connor Werdeman takes ball 1. 1-0 the count. Stensrud had a perfect inning on the first. Fly ball to center. Back now coming in is Peace over into right center. Reaches out and makes the catch for out number 1 here in the 7th inning. So 1 down. And that will bring up Crew Eaton.
Number 99, Crew Eaton.
So Eaton, who came in the game earlier as a defensive replacement, the spot where Quincy Grabenstein was to begin the game. So the home plate umpire makes note of the change. Stensrud started in the championship game against Grand Rapids. Sharply hit out to short. Nice play. Behind the bag crush, and that'll retire Eaton. Out number 2. He pitched in the final 3 innings. Through 41 pitches, gave up 2 hits, a run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Was followed by 3 more pitchers after that, the final of which Kaden Olsson went 2 2/3 innings. As Elkhorn down to their final out, Ian Cristo off the handles and foul, strike 1. So we might be done before 3 o'clock on this one, as we're about an hour, roughly about an hour 15 or so in a briskly moving game. 2 strikes now. Cristo 0 for 2, line to center in his last at bat. Elkhorn 3 hits, 2 singles in the solo homer from Jansen, who has 2 of their 3 hits. 1 and 2 just missed down and in. So the Wolves, unless they come back for the ages here, will be in the noon game tomorrow. 1-2, chopper foul wide of first, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now, one thing that they look at for Central Plains region sites, Fargo definitely has it, is accessibility. You get two interstates to get here. It's fairly easy to get to, basically travel-wise. Got plenty of hotels, got plenty of amenities. 2-2. And the delivery. Got him. Swing and a miss. And Stensrud, a 1-2-3. 7th inning, and Shakopee, a very impressive opening round win. As
in the 7th, no runs.
A 1-2-3 7th inning. Hudson the win, giving up just 3 hits over 6 innings of work. As there you see the final totals on this one. 6-1 your final. We'll get to our wrap-up on this one, put a bow on this one, and get you ready for Game 3 after this.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
Mandy's of Fargo, ND is your local online store where you can find something for everyone. Check out multiple items from the carry-all collection. You can also pick out that perfect sign to add to the decor of your family room, kitchen, bedroom, or even your cubicle at work. Be sure to take a peek at the odds and ends, where you will find all the little treasures that are simply too good to miss. Mandy's of Fargo, ND accepts multiple forms of safe and secure payment options. Still not sure what to get? How about a gift card? Visit online at mandysoffargond.com today, where you can find something for everyone.
Well, despite the late start, trying to get the field ready after the rains last night here in Fargo-Moorhead, we've made pretty good times. We're kind of about right where we want to be schedule-wise for the most part. 6 runs, 6 hits, and an error for Shakopee post 2. And for Elkhorn North, Equitable Bank post 2-11, 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 errors. Your winning pitcher is Keegan Hudson. 6 innings, 3 hits. 1 run, didn't walk a batter and struck out 3, used just 60 pitches to pick up the win. And Stensrud with a 1-2-3 7th, including a strikeout to finish things. He needed just 9 pitches to set down Elkhorn in order. Losing pitcher, Jack Settles, goes 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, didn't walk a batter and struck out 1. As he gave way to Nolan Rapp, who had a little command trouble to start, but settled down. Went 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and a pair of strikeouts. To recap this one, as Shakopee got on the board in the first inning with 1 out, Carson Schroeder's signal went to second on an error charge to Grabenstein in center field. And he was on board as Ryder Peace with 2 home runs in the Minnesota State Tournament and a frozen rope off the scoreboard and right, a 2-run homer, which gave Shakopee a 2-0 lead. Added a pair of runs in the third with one out. Carson Schroeder singled. Went to third. Ryder Peace's ground ball gobbled up second baseman Asmus. And Schroeder reaching from first to third. As he beat the throw to third base, Peace took second on the throw and put runners at second and third with one out. Nick Johnson struck out, but Kaden Olsson came through. Nearly had a home run. So he drove one to the left field wall, off the wall for a two-run double. That made it a 4-0 game in the bottom of the third. Two more for Shakopee in the sixth, as Kaiser Bourne led off with a walk, but he was out trying to steal, but then walks to Schroeder and Peace, put two on and one out. Nick Johnson doubled them both home to make it a 6-0, or actually doubled in one to make it 5-0, and then Kaden Olsson's ground out brought in Ryder Peace to make it 6-0, as Olsson finished with 3 runs batted in for the game. Elkhorn, meantime, Hudson was part of the story as well, as he had a stretch after a leadoff single by Austin McMurtry in the third. He proceeded to set down 11 in a row at one point until Jake Jansen golfed one down the right field line that just cleared the right field wall, the 315 sign, just inside the foul pole for a solo homer with 2 out in the sixth. That was the lone Elkhorn run, as Jansen finished with 2 of their 3 hits, went 2 for 3. Solo homer made it a 6-1 game. And that was about it. Really the first threat, and really one of the only threats for Elkhorn, came in the first inning. Jansen singled, went to second on a throwing error, as a throwing error charged to Jenks at third, put runners at second and first, but Connor Werdeman wrapped into a 5-3 double play to put an end to that threat in the first, and really after that, Hudson really was not pushed the rest of the game. So at the win, Shakopee goes into the final game tomorrow. They'll play at 6:30. They'll await the winner of our final game this evening. It'll either be Yankton, South Dakota, or the Fargo Post 400 Stars, the host team of this tournament, and that'll be tomorrow night approximately 6:30. So 2 games finished up here in fairly quick work. So our next matchup, I think they announced 4 o'clock, but if they wouldn't be surprised if they maybe go a few minutes earlier than that. But our next matchup, game 3 of the day, we'll have the North Dakota champion, the West Fargo Patriots, taking on the runners-up out of Minnesota, the Grand Rapids Wolfpack. That'll do it for this one. Shakopee with a 6-1 win, a sharp performance. Elkhorn will play tomorrow at noon versus the loser of tonight's game, either Fargo Post 400 or Yankton, South Dakota. So game 3 up next. Stay tuned for West Fargo and Grand Rapids. It'll be coming up shortly on MSPN Digital Television. We'll talk to you in a little while.
The proceeding has been a copyrighted presentation of MSPN Digital Television. Follow us online by searching MSPN-DTV on YouTube and X to find broadcast schedules, on-demand broadcasts, and more. Thanks for watching MSPN Digital Television.